Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Daniel. I'm back with another review for you guys. This week, I'm going to be doing Thor: Love and Thunder, or Thor 4, if you're not really into the whole, subtitles for these movies. This movie was really high up on my list, honestly, for this year. I feel like Thor has made a pretty breakthrough standard for being really good ever since Ragnarok. I didn't really care for Thor 1 and 2. The Dark World just was not good, in my opinion, and I think that's why they kind of shifted the Thor formula a little bit to a more comedy, which isn't a bad thing. This movie is definitely a comedy. Going into it, if you expect this to be like taken seriously at all, don't take this movie seriously whatsoever. It doesn't really progress the Marvel universe that much, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I've only seen it the once, so maybe if I go and see it again, maybe I'll notice something else. But I feel like this didn't really advance anything. It advanced Thor a little bit more, obviously. He does have a little bit of a character change in this one, but it's nothing like, it's not going to change much. I think the formula is going to be the same for Thor movies. I think it's going to still be a comedy going forward. And like I said, that is exactly what this movie is. From start to finish, it's literally like a laugh a minute, pretty much. And sometimes that's a bad thing. Like, I thought that was kind of shitty for Deadpool 2 when that was like a laugh a minute. But, it's Deadpool. What do you expect? But, Deadpool also mixed in a lot of good action at the same time. I didn't think Thor: Love and Thunder really gave us a lot of good action, because like I said, this is a comedy. Majority of the time this is a comedy. Like, there's a couple action scenes, and the action scenes are kind of just like simple. And I mean, I understand it because Thor, and then you got Jane's Thor, the mighty Thor, and then Valkyrie all working together in this one, as well as Korg. You got them all working together. They're pretty much gods. Like, it's two gods, half a god, and then like Korg. So it's like they're kind of unstoppable. So I understand why the fight scenes are simple, but I just expected more. And speaking of expecting more, I expected more out of Christian Bale's character. Gore the God Butcher was kind of underutilized, and it wasn't because of Christian Bale. I thought Christian Bale was top notch, really fucking good in this movie. I think he deserves an extra 15-20 minutes of screen time, if that makes sense. He was really good though in the scenes that he did get, the quick scenes that he gets. This movie didn't do that well at pinning Gore against Thor all that much. It wasn't really I don't know, they underutilized the rivalry that they could have had in this one, and it sucks that we didn't get to see a lot more of Gore, but there's so many rhymes happening right now. I love it. I did like Christian Bale though a lot in this movie. I really liked pretty much everybody's acting in this movie was really good. It was, like I said, it's hard to judge this because it's a pure comedy. There's not a lot of action, and when there is action, it's not the greatest, but there's some cool parts. For instance, they fight these enemies that when they cut them, they bleed gold, and it's really pretty looking. It's really cool. It's just really showing you how gods and stuff like that can open up the Marvel universe a little bit more, which is kind of crazy to me because I don't think gods are really utilized all that much in the comics and everything like that. So it's interesting where they're going to go with this, because this movie was definitely all about the god stuff. It was deeper than just the Avengers and superhero stuff. This was Thor's godlyhood on the line and stuff like that. And I like that dynamic a lot. I did like this movie, even though I've said a couple negative things about it. I did like this movie. I think my problem was watching the previews. I knew it was a comedy, obviously, especially because Ragnarok was pretty much a comedy. I thought Ragnarok was a little bit better than this movie, unfortunately, but it's still a fair competition between the two whenever somebody would bring it up. I think these two will be, if you're a comedy guy, you're going to I think, Love and Thunder more. If you're a big kind of action and comedy guy, you're going to like Ragnarok more. And I just like that blend a little bit more. But I did appreciate the humor in this movie. It was funny as hell, and it was genuine humor. And I think Chris Hemsworth really displays this humorous side of Thor really, really well. It's super different, and it's fun. I don't know how many more movies of it I can handle, because like I said, it's a lot like Deadpool 2, where it's just rapid fire laughs. Some of them catch you off guard, some of them are just absolutely stupid, but it's okay, because the movie kind of already, the movie definitely from the opening definitely lets you know what it is, and it sticks with it. Taki, what kind, I don't remember what his name is, I'm sorry, man. You can tell he's got his own blend now. He's got his own directing style. He's got his own just the way he's done for instance, Free Guy and this, very similar in a lot of ways. Just the pacing in general. I did want a little more, like I said, of Gore. I kind of wanted a little less humor sometimes, but again, like I said, I'm bigger on Ragnarok. I like the action more than that, and I think that was supported by the Hulk being in Ragnarok as well. If I were to, I don't think I rated Ragnarok on the channel, but I gave that probably a 9. I would give this a 7.75. I think Thor: Love and Thunder was fun to watch. It was funny. It kept me laughing the whole time. The action was not too horrible, not too great. The bad guy was cool, just didn't have enough. And it leads into weird stuff. I don't know where they're gonna go with Thor after this. It's kind of weird in a way, but I guess we'll see when it comes down to it. I read something about Kevin Feige and the executives going on like a summer break, so they're going to try and figure out where they want to go from here, pretty much, which they already have it planned out a little bit, but we don't have like a lot of confirmations of when things are coming. So I'm looking forward to that. I did like this movie though. I think a 7.75 is pretty generous for it. Originally, before I like discussed it with Adriana a little more, I was going to give it like a 6.5. I thought about a lot of things from the movie, and I appreciated a lot more things that I thought were kind of stupid. A lot of the humor really set itself up. And if you go into this movie expecting a comedy, that's what you're going to get. If you go into it expecting like action and like a lot of cool shit happening, there's some cool shit happening, but it's not really like crazy good, when it comes to like the action. It's all about the comedy in this one. And I can appreciate it for what it was, and that's a comedy. So I definitely compared it when I was watching it. It's like a really good Disney movie. Like it just felt like a really not really well paced, but like it was a really just like general, three arc system to like a Disney movie. That's what it felt like to me. It just had that beginning, that middle, that end, and it did what it had to do, and it was done. You're getting a lot of like it's pretty much Thor in love. That's pretty much how I see this. It's like a Disney Thor in love movie, and it's pretty good. I liked it. I didn't mind it at all. I will go see it again just to get the details that I missed. But I genuinely enjoyed this movie. I really did. This might end up being a short review because I with Marvel movies, I like reviewing them without spoiling anything. And it's really hard for me to not spoil things because I want to tell you guys a lot of stuff. Because there were a lot of fun parts of this movie that I would just love to spew out right now. But I do think everybody should check this one out. If you liked Ragnarok, this is like a sequel to Ragnarok, if that makes sense. I know it is technically the next one after Ragnarok, but it's definitely, they talk about some previous stuff. They introduced the Thor in this movie really well. It's cool to see the Guardians in this one as well. That was really cool. I just appreciated it. I appreciate it. It was fun. Like I said, go into it. The next time I go into it, I'm going to expect just pure comedy, and that's what it is. So this one's going to be kind of a short one. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but go check this one out. 7.75. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it.